had to get you guys out here. I had to do a podcast. I was like, Chessie, we need to do a podcast. And I was telling the wife, I was like, I got a podcast like soon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's like, do it. Go link up. And I was like, I got to get Chessie on here, but we share completely very similar views. No, let me give this. We share morals and characters, but we have completely different views.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and it's super cool because like we could talk about anything. We always get deep into aliens. It's funny too. I'll send in like videos at night, and I'm like, bro, and I'll like eat an edible.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, which I haven't in a while, but like I'll eat an edible, be watching the fucking starscapes.
Yeah.
And I'm watching like shooting stars go by. I'm like, this is travel. Look at, they're all going in the same direction. You know what's crazy? Okay, so
he's like, it's interstate. Look at it.
Look at it. So real shit. So you know, I always entertain other people's views because I love being open-minded and seeing how other people think about things.
Oh yeah.
So I've been watching like the flat earther stuff.
Okay.
Right? Remember how I was telling you, I was like, all right, so I love to fly. Yeah. And I was like, it's a dead giveaway that a flat earther's never been a pilot. Like never got up in the sky because you're looking at a mountain directly in front of you.
Yeah.
By the time you get up to it, it's right here. But we're on a globe, so we're traveling, right? So it looks, by the time you get right here, it is right there in front of you. You're like checking your altitude already again. You're like, am I going to hit this motherfucker or what? No, but by the time you get to it, you're way over it.
I never really thought of it like that, yeah.
And I'm like, if I can just show them that, then they'll all be like, oh, debunked. Right? But they be getting into some, they made one really fun fact.
Okay.
Right? And it's not the fucking spinning of the ball and pouring the water on it. Like, look, now you get the oceans. No, fuck all that. It's the fact that they state that we could be wrong on this though. Is they state that the Earth is spinning.
Yeah.
The sun is
rotation. Yeah.
But we're also moving in
orbit.
Yeah. Right. So how the fuck is it every single night we have the same starscape? We have the exact same starscape in the exact same spots.
Yeah.
Right. But now here's the other thought process is because of how long it takes.
Yeah.
Maybe it takes 100 years just for us to shift just a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Star map.
But if they're saying that, like, how fast are we moving through the galaxy?
I mean, pretty fast.
Like hundreds of thousands of miles per hour.
In light years.
In light years, even like we're fucking humming.
We're traveling.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're traveling, right? So I was trying to. This was just a random thought, right? Because I was just stoned one day, I'm guessing.
Just one day.
What if, right? And I fully believe in God, right?
Yeah.
So, but what if, right? But I also do believe that a lot of the word that was written was from high priests and people that wanted to control the masses, right? Because I don't think God would ever tell me, hey, bro, you gotta pay taxes.
Yeah.
Like, hey, just real shit, you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
I saw that you made $100. Like, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Now, giving back to the church, giving back to communities, what you're supposed to do. So that's fully cool for them to say it in there.
Yeah.
But for them to say, hey, you gotta pay your government taxes and shit, I'm like, nah, y'all are drunk. So, but I believe that if you live your life around the book, you're going to live a very morally sound life and you'll have a very blessed and happy life, right? Because you're not doing all the corrupted shit.
Yeah.
And most of the time, whenever you're doing something wrong, you know that it's wrong, your conscience knows that it's wrong, so that deteriorates your character and your moral when you push yourself past it and say, oh, these are my reasons, right?
Yeah.
So when you give yourself more and more reasons for the more and more wrong that you do throughout your life, then you go further into your hole. You know what I'm saying? So, of your mental capacity, which ends up being a negative lifestyle that you end up having. Because, you know, if you're cheating, doing drugs, stealing, and you're betraying individuals around you, then you're going to essentially have a negative mindset because one, you'll be thinking other people are doing it as well. Yeah. Right? And number
paranoid all the time.
Paranoid all the time. You know that karma's going to come back because you manifest your own destiny.
Or who's watching you, you know?
Yeah. Who did I fuck over?
Yeah,
you know,
somebody knows.
Yeah, somebody knows, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna have these thoughts. So those thoughts manifest, and those thoughts will come into words. You'll discuss them with other individuals that you're close enough to, like, hey, this X, Y, and Z is happening, right? Yeah. And then you just made that into the reality. Now the reality of the situation is that you fucked up, you did something wrong. So now you're gonna automatically think that, hey, something's going wrong in my life, so that you're gonna be like, oh fuck, I'm tripping somewhere. Yeah. Right? So the more that happens, the more that bad shit actually does happen. Yeah. Because you're waiting on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Expect it.
You expect it. Yeah. So whatever the fuck you expect is gonna happen. It's real shit. You know
because it's a form of manifestation, right?
It is.
You manifest
it fully is. Yeah. Right? So yes, in a sense, so my mind is you are your God. You are your own, and if you live your life by a moral structure, you're going to have a very morally sound life. You're going to have a better life. You're going to be blessed. You're going to have a lot more blessings than you normally would if you were. But we wouldn't know that these things were wrong unless someone told us that these things were wrong. First.
Yeah.
Right? So we have to control the masses. The people, the right-hand person to your high priest, all your kings, is always the person who knows the most about their scripture. Right? Whatever God they prayed to, whoever knew the most about that scripture, they could give these people their route. Because a lot of people are not thinkers. They're just workers. You know what I'm saying? So they're just sheep. You know what I'm saying? So 99% of them, and like, you know, Jesus, he wasn't a sheep, so he stepped out, so people killed him immediately. Fuck that. Can't have that shit. No. You know what I'm saying? Because one dude can control the masses, because look, I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the mindset that I've always had when it came into the book, right? But when it comes into religion, as in my God and my faith is very strong, because I do believe in this, right? And I do believe in the standing grounds of man's laws, right? You don't go and fuck your homeboy's wife, dude. You don't do that. You know, you don't steal from somebody who's hooking you up and helping you out. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that you just don't do as a person just to not do. You know what I'm saying? So that'll give you a good karma coming in, right? But I was thinking like this: what if, right, God or the Creator, because it says the Creator. You know, I don't want to put it into context, but I'm going to say that our Creator, say it had a table, right, and he had a science project. Right. And obviously they have a lot more technology, a lot bigger and better of everything, because think about the anthill. Right. How you put ants in there, they have a whole society inside this thing. Right. But to the guy that's flying the United Airlines up in the sky 32,000 feet, that anthill to him is 100% meaningless. Right? It carries no weight in anything that he does in his life, but he understands that it's there. Right? He understands that it's there. So as a creator, knowing that, hey, he's big, right? So he has a science table, and it's this fucking big, right? And he's got all these different rocks inside of this, and he's creating it because obviously he has the technology to do so, and the ways and beings of doing so. So who the fuck does it say that we're just not even micro ants inside of a science, you know what I'm saying, thing? So he's got thousands. It's forever expanding as far as we know, right? So if it's forever expanding, saying that he's putting a rock here, putting gases in it. We've all done science projects. Putting gases in it, and it's creating this, right? And his 100 billion years, it's like a dog, right? A dog's gonna live 10 years. Let's just say average. But a dog lives 10 years. That dog's life was a long life.
It was a long
He had
life.
a long life. It was his expectancy.
Because of the way their brain is wired.
And because the way their brain is wired, right? A god is obviously going to have a different brain mindset than us. You know what I'm saying? We're very simple folks. They have all of the creation. They have all of this. So what's to say that we aren't one of his fucking science projects that he started 60 billion years ago, which was only, 7 weeks ago in reality of his reality.
Because in a year you don't know. You don't know their time frame.
You don't know their time frame. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if we went by scale, right, their time frame would be a whole lot different than ours by a long scale. Because ours goes by revolutions of the sun, and ours, that's how we kind of...
Hours, minutes, seconds.
On how long we're going to live and die. In the grand scheme of things, the creator, talking about he did this project, I can't say we're his only project, but how do you know we're not just bacteria and parasites that grew out of plankton? Because the plankton is what they say that started everything. Right, they say that plankton was like the first plant.
Microorganism.
It was a microorganism that started growing out of everything, and then that's where it became that's where we got all our trees, and that's where we started off with sea creatures, and it goes all the way into it. And that was like, what, 500 million years ago?
It's like the Men in Black theory when they was playing marbles, and marble was our galaxy.
That's what I'm saying.
And the bean was picking our galaxy up, putting them in a bag of other galaxies, but there was marbles. You see, but you see the context of that. Like, you see the metaphor behind that. Not even a metaphor, it's fucking analogy. Because they're like giving it to us, right? They're like, hey. Well, and too, like okay. So, from a creator standpoint, would you want like your creation to think like, I bet I wonder what he's creating, or what's being created. What else is Because imagine if, that's the brain, the separation of the brain. Now we can't think like that because then we'd be creators. In a sense, you know what I mean?
We would be.
So imagine what that would Just to be, because not only like, okay, you know, God created man from dirt, right?
Yeah.
But when you look at a scientist and you're like, create man, and he scoops up dirt, and God's like, no, make your own dirt.
That's the whole other kicker, right?
You know?
But that's where it gets into the bacteria thing. So if man was created from dirt, how do we not know that we weren't just the bacteria that evolved throughout time? Because every single animal, being, plant is all evolution, right? Everything is evolution.
Oh yeah.
Right, and if you go through the plants themselves, right, they evolved for defense, right, or offense.
Yeah.
But
adapt to survive.
They adapt to survive.
Yeah.
So like the more that like this little ant would come and eat off this plant, it would start developing some sap that would kill the ants.
Different
when they
tendencies.
got there. Well, then the ants evolved into having wings so that they could fly to the top of and evade all of the sap.
Yeah.
And then the plant would evolve into getting to where they could capture that flying thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's constant cause and effect.
Constant cause and effect through evolution, right? But then you know, I don't want to say, oh yeah, Darwinism, right? Because then, you know, that's just. But
too,
in the same sense, right?
Like you can grow your own, like plants.
Yeah, there you go. You can manipulate the
lineage.
genes. Yeah,
lineage. I mean, is there like, can you guarantee what something's going to look like too?
You can if you do it correctly.
Okay.
If you are that good of a creator, then you can manipulate it all the way to have the exact what you want.
But then it's gonna be like an asshole, you know?
Once
it gets there,
yeah.
It's like everything's perfect except it runs in and shuts the door. You know?
Damn it. You know. But the kicker is like you are the creator. You know what I'm saying? But we've also been given. See, that's the biggest reasons why I believe in God is for the simple fact of we can adjust our own lives. And feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like we can feel what we manifest, and then when it happens, like there's so many times in my life where I've been exactly where I've always prayed I was gonna be, right? So like I'm moving through this life, and I'm like, now I'm exactly where I want to be. That's where I prayed for. I always wished that I would be at this position in my life, and then the second I get there, I'm like, okay, I didn't even notice that I was there.
Yeah.
Because I was too busy manifesting my new future. Yeah. Right? And so in my mind, I'm like, okay, I got all my goals and focuses planned out, right? But this is how you know God's real. You get fucking hit by a train. You get some crazy shit, smack you in the side of the face.
Humbled real quick.
And because you have to be a humble soldier. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He wants you to fight. Nothing in life worth having is free.
You got there once.
You know what I'm saying?
You get there again.
Exactly. You know? Let's see, now push it. Now I want to double you up.
See how bad you really want it.
Exactly.
You know?
Or people will get stuck. So they immediately, something bad happens and they're like, fuck it, I can't do it.
I'm done.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
they
saying?
just give up.
Yeah, just give up.
Look how hard I did. You know?
Yeah, look at it, fuck that, I can't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know how many times, like I'll go through business with individuals and I'm like laying out businesses and they're like, damn, where did you gain that? Like, how do you know to do that? And I'm like, oh, I fucked this up before.
Yeah, like 6 times.
Oh, I fucking manhandled
Not my first rodeo.
Oh, dude, I tell Alex all the time, I'm like, dude, if I got you when I was like 21, 22, I would have fucked it up. I would have fucked this whole thing up.
You wouldn't like who I was.
know, you would have hated me, right? You would have not shown me the same life that you give me today. You know, but this is where I heard this in a sermon one time. He said, God only gives you your blessings when you're ready for them. When you've already had those battles, when you've already had these, because I couldn't give you a Fortune 500 company when you haven't even ran a small business. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you haven't even done a chain of franchises, how could I give you
How you gonna know to do it?
How do you know to do it, right? You don't know what you don't know. You know, it's like the first thing a real estate they teach you is you don't know what you don't know. Because you'll be going through all this shit and you're like, I didn't know that. That was the simplest thing. Yeah. How do I not know that? Because nobody ever showed you or taught you that and you never went through this before, so you don't know what to do. Right? So that's always been, you know, a big factor because you go through and, okay, so let me get back to the sermon. So he said, God only gives you your blessings when you're ready for them. Because he's like, check this out. So, let me give you an example. I got a 1989 Dodge, right, D150. Me and my brother have been working on it for some years. I spent like $1,200 on it. You know what I'm saying? We've been working on it. We're giving it to my son. So my son turns 14 in like 2 weeks. Yeah. So he's gonna be 14. He's already drove it once or twice, right? But if I gave him the keys, now that I have it, right? I have the vehicle. You know, it's pretty much done. We could finish it tomorrow. Yeah. And if I gave it to him tomorrow, how long do you think his life would last or that truck would last? right? He might kill himself in that truck, right? He's not ready for it.
Yeah.
He's not ready. Remember the first time you got on the freeway? All these people were going so fast. Why is everybody going so fucking fast?
Right?
Right?
I'm not ready for it.
I'm not ready for this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna get hit.
Turn the radio down.
Yeah, turn the radio down. The fucking windows are up. You know, I gotta make sure of everything. But now. Right? Now you're just looking for cops. You're like, whoa! Where you at, pigs? You know? Don't pull me over. Why am I going 90? Holy shit! No.
Yeah,
you
scary.
Know? Yeah. So you're when you're not ready for it, you're not ready for it. You know.
Yeah.
So you don't want to fully ask for. You could ask for these blessings, but I always ask for guidance.
Yeah.
Right. And wisdom, because I always feel like if I could just gain the wisdom and the guidance, then I'll figure out what my next move is gonna be. Right? Because I know my goal and I know my plan.
Yeah.
Right? And at the end of the day, it's peace and happiness. Right? Happiness is very temporarily. Right?
Yeah.
So we search for joy most of the time. Right? The joy from your kids, the joy from your wife, the joy from your animals, the joy from your friends.
Yeah.
Right? So we search for the joys, right? Happiness is very momentarily. So we'd like to go out and get our happiness. Right, but we're gluttonous individuals, so we always want more, and we're never fucking satisfied.
Never.
Right? But the one thing about God is He will fully let you have anything that you want.
Yeah.
Right? Now, what I like about theology is all the different religions. Right? So you have all these different religions. Now, we go to war because of people's mindsets, right?
Yeah.
We all go to
Big
war
time.
over disagreements.
Yeah.
Right?
That's all it is.
So, I mean, I'm not going to get into this topic, but it's like homosexuals, you know, a lot of people immediately will look at them and be like, I'm not going to do business with them because of their moral ground, right? So because of your moral ground, I'm not going to fuck with you.
Yeah.
So it's the same in religion, because you're like, okay, you believe in this, which gives you alternate morals than I have, so I'm not going to fuck with you because you have different morals, and that gives you different characteristics, and I don't want you teaching my children these characteristics because I want them to have my chain of values that me and my family have.
Yeah.
So, you know, but in reality, each different religion is trying to do is bring you all closer to who you are. You know what I'm saying? Because once you find out who you are and gain your peace and you get your comfortableness, you know, being comfortable of who you are, you can look yourself in the mirror every day and you're satisfied with what you're doing and what you have going on. You know that if you did burn bridges, you fucking built some up.
Yeah.
And you made, you know, right with everything in life. You're right with the Lord and right with everything else. Then I think that you'll win.
Because life is hard.
But I think that everybody is different. So I think that everybody should have their own avenues of that, right? So I try not to get into politics. Well, politics is stupid. But I try not to get into religion as well, even though I'm heavy on religion, except for the simple fact that I don't care what you believe as long as you believe in something.
Yeah.
Right? Because you got to believe in yourself.
You do.
You have to believe in your morals. You have to have a standpoint.
You can't not believe in something.
You can't just not.
Yeah.
You know, you can't, because if my book said that killing was good, right, and I go around slaughtering people are gonna be like, bro, you're crazy. And I'm like, nah, just on Home Facts last night and figured I'd take out all these pedophiles for you. You know what I'm saying? They're like, but you can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, why not? My God says it's cool. You know what I'm saying? He's saying I'm doing a service to people. They're gonna put you under a hole. So you have to have a common ground amongst each individual's belief system. And that's where we go to worlds. And that's where we're all so fucked up, because we can never agree on anything. We're
not even to disagree. That's sad.
You can't even agree to disagree.
No.
You can't.
He's like, you're wrong. I don't like you then.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, damn.
You can't be that wrong.
Yeah, like, hey, you're just cut me out for life.
Yeah, come on, man.
Dude, people will cut their entire families out
and it's sad.
Over a disagreement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
they fully will.
There's people that ain't talking to people that I know personally because they didn't come to parties. You know,
like
I invited you. You know, it's like I fell asleep. I had to work.
What? Yeah, you know, and I actually get the opposite, right? Because you know me.
Yeah.
Like he's probably the only person that ever comes to my house. I don't like people coming to my fucking house. Yeah. And I'm not even trying to be a dick when I say it. I don't want people at my house because I deal with people all day long. My phones are always ringing. I'm always constantly talking to people.
Yeah.
I'm always in the mix with people, and I'm constantly doing something
busy.
with people, right? So when I make that once I hit that stretch and my signal goes out, right?
It's peace.
And I pull up to the house, I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
That thing ain't ringing or anything, and I pull in my house. I'm like, cool. My social life is done. I can put these on Do Not Disturb. I throw them over here, and I'm like, all my real close people know that if something's crazy going on, call my wife.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Call my wife.
Yeah.
She knows where I'm at now to get hold of me at all times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure I got a tracker on my phone.
Oh, yeah.
So, well, I'm cool with it too. So if they find me, you know, you see that fucking, they had this meme and these guys are like, we're going to Hollywood. We're going to get discovered. We're like, yeah, we're going there to get discovered. And his buddies are like, it's not gonna be that easy, and they're like, they show them once they get to Hollywood, and they're like at the party, and like, we're gonna get discovered.
Yeah.
And then they're like going through all these different places, and then it boom clips over to a news clip. 2 men were discovered this morning, murdered under the bridge, and I mean, damn, they got discovered.
Big word.
You know what I'm saying?
Perspective.
Yeah.
Discovered.
Yeah, like damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have a tracker.
They did it.
They gotta have a tracker. Damn. Dude, that is fucking. I looked on. We just had a Sacramento rapper got killed recently, in like the past couple days, and so this is where the media really plays a lot into, and you know they brainwash like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
You know that's why
their job.
I like to bring rappers and stuff on my podcast, and then ask them if they do that shit, because like. They're like
you
hot songs like jumping Percocets and eating fucking hookers' asses, and like I'm smoking ops, and I'm like, so what's your favorite kind of gun? And they're like, oh, I like a 9. I'm like, no, what kind? I'm like, what kind of gun do you like? And they're like, oh, when it goes blah. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that's cool. And I'm like,
get him a Nerf gun.
Get him a Nerf gun. Blah.
Yeah.
You drop down the stairs too, they definitely blah.
It won't hurt you.
Yeah. He's just crawling. He's just creeping. But they go into really pressing culture, right? Like right now, they're really pressing Satan on a lot of stuff.
They are.
They're pressing the homosexuality in schools. They're pressing all the trans stuff, and they're pressing this stuff hard, right? So hard that you're not getting a record deal unless you're talking about it. You know what I'm saying? That's why like, it's crazy that Jelly made it as big as he did, but he would have never made it in the rap game. You know what I'm saying? He would have only had to do it this route. Because in the rap game, he talks about real shit and like real stuff that people should really be listening to.
Yeah.
And opposed to popping pussy, Percocets, and popping ops.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Different hurdles they have to jump.
Yeah, but these guys that own these labels also own the prisons. The same people own the prisons. So why would I not push a prison culture?
Yeah.
If I own the prisons.
Yeah.
If I own the liquor stores, I'm pushing a culture.
Yeah.
Right? I want everybody crunk and drinking, right? If I'm selling bullshit fucking diamonds that I fucking grew in a lab.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Most of the diamonds nowadays are all grown.
Oh yeah.
You can grow them now. So most of them are all
They're
grown.
outsourced.
Outsourced, yeah. Like fucking your basement, Wyoming.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can buy these things. So, but if I own the diamond company, I'm gonna get everybody on this label new chains, and then when they go out and they're flexing with their chains and shit, I'm gonna get these dudes to drop $200,000-$300,000 on this fucking ice. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna get them to talk about Percocets because we own the fucking pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, it's
so we
a big
want
circle.
them popping pills. We want them doing this, and we also want them in prison. So they create that in a good culture where like hip hop was created for individuals to make a better art for themselves. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the way that hip hop is to me is it's a life, right? So you growing up listening to this, right? That's why I grabbed onto Tupac so much, is because he talked about like real shit, like real stuff that real people went through.
He's
right?
good.
But as it goes down the channel, you got these fucking people that are stealing and fucking creating their own lane in this culture. Right? They're creating their whole lane in this culture. Why can't they do it with country music? Right? Because the motherfuckers ain't gonna do that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna do that. But it's fucking wrong for the simple fact that they will use oppression to say, hey, if you talk about this, I will give you X amount of dollars. Yeah. To people that have never fucking seen that money, their fucking entire family's never seen that money because they've been oppressed for so fucking long. So that when they finally have their culture, you have these individuals with these big fucking labels and all this money. Like, all right, now let's create the narrative. Yeah. Let's.
You have to do it this way.
Now you have to do it this way.
Yeah.
You know, so they're creating this, which is just fucking us. You know what I'm saying? So you got all these people that and the biggest rappers, you know, they thrive on the dope game. right?
Yeah.
So like my favorite rapper, Payroll Giovanni and shit like that, they're talking about selling dope and shit. And I'm thinking to myself, we used to have to sell dope to elevate ourselves because one, we're caught in the system to where we can't pay our bills. Our families are struggling even though they're both working class.
Yeah.
Right? They're struggling. We're gonna be struggling for the rest of our lives. We have a holiday every fucking month we have to dump half of our fucking money into. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How much is your paycheck? Let's level that out. I'm gonna fucking take
Not
this.
enough.
So then
Yeah.
they give you your taxes back at the end of the year. Everybody gets excited about. So then they have all these sales to keep you buying shit with all of your money, so it keeps you fucking down. Then they give you fucking systematic slaveries with fucking fucking dope and fucking pills and all this other shit. But that's why I like cannabis so much.
Yeah.
Because you don't have that fucking slave.
And anyone can really do it. Yeah.
I can go grow my own. I don't. That's why it's so fucking illegal. You can't regulate it.
Yeah.
They can't have their fucking claws into it, so they're not gonna allow you.
You can't
to
make
do
your own
it.
medicine.
Exactly. So fuck you. Why
Yeah.
would you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't do it. You're gonna have more pesticides, all this other shit.
Yeah.
Right? It's all bad. So they create all these different narratives for what they want publicized, right? Go on Netflix, right? You're fucking boxed in. You only have so many channels, so many fucking shows.
To what you can look, yeah.
You can. So you go with all these different, just like religions. You know, you get your Muslims and Buddhists and everybody else. So they have all these different channels for you to watch, but it's still all boxed in. You still only have so much. There's only so much content. And if you try to come out with anything different than what their narrative is, your algorithm fit. You know what I'm saying? Like me and DJ Paul were talking about fucking. They already demonetized me, so I don't care. So me and DJ Paul were talking about Ford and how the tranny kept going out, and I said that was gay as fuck. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Talking about Ford because I don't like Fords.
Yeah.
All Fords are gay. Like I don't mean homosexual.
Yeah.
I mean just
Yeah.
fucking just to talk
Yeah.
shit on a Chevy guy.
A truck.
It's
Yeah,
what
it's
we
a
do.
truck
We're truck
thing.
guys.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
truck things, and anybody that fucks with trucks knows this.
Exactly.
Right. So they canceled my whole thing because they said that I was being insensitive. Right. And I'm like, how am I being insensitive? If somebody
They
with
drive a Ford.
They drive a Ford, right? Like
Yeah.
they're the fags, But and they flatted out said that because we said tranny and gay as fuck in the same sentence, they took down my thing and then they demonetized it.
Oh,
Dude,
wow.
I went from hella good views to like fucking shit views. And I'm like, damn, how am I getting such shit views? And I'm like, you have to physically go and look for them. I'm not on the discovery pages anymore. I'm not on any of that stuff anymore. And that's because they have the AI controlling the narrative of the algorithm that gets pumped out.
It's
to the
picking
social
out
media.
certain things at a certain time,
Every fucking time.
Yeah.
It does it every time. You know what I'm saying? So what we're doing to our kids is we're allowing them to do that.
Yeah.
Right? Because we're not going through.
That's a good point.
We are not. I went to an 8th grade dance when my daughter was in 8th grade. It's crazy. She's a senior now. This was when WAP came out. And they were playing it at the school.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And I was like, you're in 8th grade. You got 6th, 7th, and 8th graders here. And they're all dancing to it. And I'm like,
they shouldn't even know what that is.
Yeah,
you
you shouldn't know what that is. You know what I'm saying? You had that older friend growing up, and they always had some porn. Like the dirty mag or something.
Yeah.
And like, you go over there and hang out with him just because he had that mag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that should be the exclusivity of it. You know what I'm saying? I know Virginia just did a thing with you have to be 18 to watch porn now. I saw one of my friends posted a thing that says that like they make you do the.
It's not even. I don't even think it's available anymore.
It shouldn't be.
Yeah, it's not available in Virginia, which is awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It should be. Because it fucks your mind.
Oh man.
Think about it, dude. Like back in the day, you saw that one girl's tits and you remembered that girl's tits.
The rest of your life.
Nowadays, if you go on fucking line,
Yeah.
you see more girls' tits than fucking anything.
Well,
like you couldn't even run across. And so now when you're looking at a woman, you're not even looking at her anymore, you're sexualizing her.
Yeah.
You're immediately sexualizing a woman immediately.
Yeah.
Right? If you have a conversation with another woman, you guys are fucking.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are fucking. Back in the day, you could have fucking girlfriends.
Yeah.
Like, I had chicks that were my friends that were for like the longest time. The second we hit them 20s and shit.
Yeah.
My girlfriend that I'd be dating at the time.
Yeah.
I can't stand that bitch. Da 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 da. I'm like, what did she do wrong? She's like, look how big her tits are. I'm like, what?
I mean, thinking
That don't even make any sense. You know what I'm saying? That's the last thing I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
You know, but as we get further in our evolution, we learn. But in our evolution as well, these people are controlling the narratives for our children who are going on here on TikTok and stuff. China, they have fucking professors and shit like that.
Doctors.
And those are the famous people.
And that's
right?
their algorithm.
And that's their algorithm. And our fucking algorithm, that keeps bouncing. So, but our algorithm is girls shaking their ass
Twerking.
and fucking
Yeah.
twerking and like I never wanted TikTok because that's all I thought it was.
Yeah.
Was teenagers twerking. I'm like, why the fuck would I download that app?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You guys are wrong. You guys are just fully fucking wrong for thinking that that's okay enough to allow your children to do it too.
Yeah.
Because you're not stopping.
To make it an open outlet for
You shouldn't be an open outlet. I think it needs to be something that, like, these apps should be, hey, take a picture of the ID.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And go through it like that.
Now you have access.
Now you have access.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm
agree
saying?
with that, yeah.
I think and I think the social media should be the same. I don't think that social media should be free, wide open Facebook.
Right,
Because
yeah.
when my daughter did her Facebook for the first time,
Mhm.
she had all these random dudes in her fucking thing.
Just because she's a
hollering
girl.
at her.
A young
And I'm
girl,
like,
too. Yeah.
Do you not understand this girl's 14?
Yep.
What the fuck is
Yeah.
wrong with you? But it's worse than this because half of them are fake profiles.
Yeah, they're bots, too.
They're
yeah.
bots and fake profiles. But you're still exploiting this,
Mhm.
right? If you download Instagram right now,
You go get like 14
don't
friends.
say immediately they're all gonna be chicks.
Yep.
From fucking Thailand and shit.
Yeah.
They're all fake.
It's sad.
But it's just a bunch of girls in bikinis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just wants to go.
He does.
You better not fall.
That's yeah.
He's gonna fall. Or you better just stay there. You're gonna fall, dude. He wants to get up there and hang.
He's like, I need a treat.
Yeah,
That's
he's
awesome.
like, dang. He's like, I can't get comfortable on this leather, Dad. Dang, taking me my love,
Leather's
man.
so slick, bro. Look at his nails.
He's super cool though.
Yeah, he really
He's
is.
cool.
Yeah, except for he like gouges the shit out of me.
Oh, wow,
He
yeah.
tears me up, but it's alright.
He's a dragon.
He's a dragon.
He's,
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
He's almost like
there's a
5
movie,
foot.
How to Train Your Dragon.
That's like one of my favorite movies.
It's cool.
Yeah, dude, if you watch these movies,
Like,
like, go back and watch movies like that we grew up on.
Yeah.
Dude, Shrek.
Oh yeah, Shrek's
Shrek is so bad.
super
Shrek is
subliminal.
so bad. Oh
Especially
my.
with Donkey.
Dude, they have Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah.
They kill so many people, I guess you could say, in this
Yeah.
movie. They kill them randomly, just knock them off. They have Rumpelstiltskin tied up on the thing, and his pet, the goose,
Yeah, yeah.
right? You know how she sings and blows
Yeah.
up birds? She fucking sings to it and blows up the goose on him. And he's like covered in its fucking stuff. And I'm like, dude.
That's what's
Dude,
up.
do you know that's equivalent to me and you beefing and me grabbing your dog after you're chained up and blowing the brains out on you?
I was
That's equivalent.
That's
How is that not
Yeah.
equivalent?
Right.
He
It
had
is.
that goose from day one.
Yeah.
That was his fucking homeboy, his right hand. That was his dog.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying?
It is,
And
yeah.
they blew its brains out while he was strapped to the thing at a party.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you do to the enemy. That's like hardcore shit.
That is hardcore.
You know what I'm saying? No,
Yes.
don't you do it. He's ready to jump. And he
Seems like
will,
it,
too.
yeah.
He just wants to spread his wings.
Hey, don't jump. Don't jump. You see how he's ready to jump?
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah, he was going. He was like, come on. Free falling.
He's awesome, though.
Yeah, he's super cool. Yeah. I will show the show real quick.
Yeah, let him know. Yeah.
So they can see.
It's not a dog we're looking at.
It's
Nah.
not a dog. Come on.
It's a
Definitely
dragon.
not a dog.
It's a dragon. Hey, come here. Get over here. Hey, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay. See, is he dragon? Is he dragon? Look how big he is.
Big old dragon.
I'm so mad at all of you guys.
I didn't want to be on the stream.
Yeah.
Jump, jump.
Now on TV.
Didn't want to be famous.
Yeah. I didn't have my cape on.
Y'all gotta do autographs.
He does. He looks so mad.
Yourself, dude.
These girls they're stalkers, Dad.
Yeah, you know I'm from Indonesia.
Yeah. Lady boys.
Lady boys. Yeah. So, what's crazy about Self-End Dragons is that they're
That's what
like
he is,
couples.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Self-End. So they do couples. So they die sooner if you don't marry them. Like if you don't get a female
Yeah.
for them to live with, they'll die way sooner.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, neither did I.
That's
I'm
crazy.
And what's crazy is now on this crazy search for a female, you can't find them nowhere.
Oh.
You can't find them for nothing. So I got a buddy who's gonna be breeding and they're gonna be dropping some soon. But the damn things are already $4,000. I don't know what the female's gonna look like.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, shoot.
It's gonna show up. The purse.
It's like $6,800 on that sofa.
Wow.
Yeah. The
Wow.
monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah. The wife doesn't know that though.
Yeah.
No, she would fucking pull that.
She might now.
Off. She doesn't watch shows.
Oh,
It's so
okay.
great. Yeah, but I feel bad for the people that do. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you guys understand losing brain cells here. Like, you guys could have watched a neuroscience documentary or something like that.
Nah.
They're like, oh, these guys smoke some pot and talk shit.
They got some good conversation. You know?
But my favorite thing about the podcast is just getting out of the house and being able to go and socialize with people and have like actual conversations and stuff like that, in opposed to going to the bar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got hella liquor and everything there is. You know what I'm saying? I got exclusives and everything else. And I get to talk to some pretty cool ass people. And it gives me a reason to get out and about, and I don't have to fucking be an
Makes
idiot.
it worth it, yeah.
Makes it worth it, right?
And bars just stink.
They do.
You know?
Yeah, and it's not a fish market.
Yeah, bathroom's always dirty.
Dude, I was watching this comedy dude, Matt Rife.
Yeah.
Dude, he's fucking
Yeah, he's hilarious.
He does the red flag thing.
Oh,
and
yeah,
he's sitting
yeah.
there talking to this girl, and she says, no, he's like, he asked the dude, he's like, what's your biggest fear? He's like, afraid of the dark.
Yeah.
And he looks over at the girl, he's like, did you just find this out? Did you know this? She's like, yeah, it's been a learning. There's been like a little bit of learning. And he like goes into it, starts cracking jokes and shit. It's funny. And he goes, but what is your biggest fear? She said, fish.
Yeah.
He's like, fish? He's like, this girl ever takes you, pisses you off, take her to an aquarium.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck her whole world up, you know? But he was like, fucking, he's like, hey, you guys could both put your fucking fears together, you know? Just don't ever eat her out in the dark. I died, dude. I was like, oh god,
Right.
dude. It's either one of two ways for me. It's either it has to be full of shit and fully joking, or 100% serious and I want documented facts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be no median.
No.
Because I hate those people that are the medians. You know, they're like, oh yeah, did you know that 70% of statistics are made up on the spot?
You know, they laugh. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, 70% of statistics, are they made up on the spot? And I'm thinking to myself,
Yeah.
damn, you got me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just made that up, didn't you? He said, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck, I did. No, I love that shit. It's like, but Kevin Hart, right?
He's hilarious too, man.
Do you know how he got all his money? He sold his fucking Rolodex, so to speak.
Oh, okay.
He didn't sell his fucking comedy, he was selling his clientele list. The people that fucking showed up. You know what I'm saying? When you go in and buy a brand, you go and buy their clientele list. You go and buy who they have supporting them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if I got 200,000 people supporting me, any one of these people are going to come in and say, hey, let me fucking give you so much money so that I can control your narrative.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just one of the first glimpses. I think Bruce Willis right now is like doing a fucking documentary series.
I think so,
Is it Bruce Willis?
Yeah.
I don't think it's Bruce Willis. I think it's somebody else.
It is
Bruce Willis, yeah. He's doing the fucking documentary and exposing all the Hollywood people. And like, but dude, if you think about it, if you have, let's just say, we're in Abingdon, and you have $5 billion to your name, you can be the richest motherfucker even close.
Yep.
Right? So, the sheriff, they probably know you.
Yeah.
The fucking mayor, they probably know you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you're like, hey,
Make it
man,
a point to know you.
yeah, they make it a point to know you.
Yeah.
Right? Because when it comes to election time, you can fucking fund everything of theirs.
Yeah.
Or you can fund everything of the enemies, and that's what they also don't want.
Exactly.
Right? So if they're controlling that narrative, it goes back to social media, right? You're controlling the population, you're controlling the money.
Yeah.
Because if I'm like, hey, I got fucking billions of dollars, I'll hook you up if you could. I want a fucking ice cream parlor on the fucking corner of Main Street. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, but everybody's denying it. And I'm like, look, dude, I got $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like,
It's me.
it's me, it's women.
Yeah.
It's me like women. Okay, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna do it because you can convince anybody of anything, right? When it comes to cash.
Or if you
Oh,
say,
yeah.
And it's crazy as fuck because we're blinded by the notion that that's what they say, money's the root of all evil, but it's also the root of all good,
Yeah.
right?
got
You can't build a
motivation.
community without having some loot. You can't build a school. You can't build an education system. You can't
Or
build
your own life.
your own life
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
money. You know what I'm saying? So without having financial freedoms, right? So when somebody comes in, you're going to let them control your narrative if you're famous for that money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you made $30 million off this movie, right? They didn't tax you and everything else, and after your family ate you up, you're sitting at $4 million, right? And then they come in and like, hey, we want you to do another movie, but you gotta do a gay scene in it. And you're like, no, fuck no. Like, all right, we'll do another $40 million. Well, you just felt what that was like to have that power of that 30.
Yeah.
Right? So you still have already blessed everybody. Mm-hmm. The likelihood of you doing that gay scene is gonna be a lot more likely.
Oh, right?
To do it, because they're gonna. That's like Dave Chappelle. He said, "No, I'm not doing it." So now I'm not
doing
it. So boom. But how much did he lose? He lost a shit ton, right?
50 million.
50 million. That's what it was.
50
fucking million.
Yep.
Right? And then, but on top of that, they blackballed him.
Yeah.
So that means that you can't.
Because we thought he was crazy.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
He wasn't.
Like, no, I'm not crazy.
No. That's just what we heard. They're like, he's crazy and left, you know?
Yeah, he's crazy, wild out, did
he's
all
like,
this and that.
I just didn't want to dance to their tune.
That's the fucking truth. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, gentlemen, I liked having you guys on.
Yes, sir.
Man, it was awesome.
Yeah, this is super fucking cool. I'd rather enjoy it. But I'm gonna let everybody get to it because it's already past fucking 8:15.
Word.
I didn't even notice that. Well, motherfuckers.
It's always nice to shoot the shit with random people too.
Dude, I love that shit, man.
I mean, there's nothing better.
There really isn't. Yeah, I really like doing this. We gotta do it again.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
man.
Yes, sir.